Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jefferies, the present-day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. It's not just what we eat that matters. What it is what our body's able to do with what we eat. So it starts with eating. The first thing is chew your food. People are so busy nowadays. They're they're inhaling their food. I get it. I've done it at times too. The second is digest. We need to be able to digest properly, then absorb, assimilate, and eliminate. So what is the difference? Digestion, that's when we chew it, it goes into our gut, and down there it's broken down into smaller parts so it can be absorbed by the body. Cool. So absorption is when the nutrients from that digested food are taken up by the cells, and they're taken up in the small intestine. First part of the small intestine is all about taking up water-soluble nutrients. Second part of the small intestine is about taking up the fat-soluble nutrients. So it all happens in our small intestine. Then there's the assimilation, and that's about where our body's nutrients are then going to energy, going to growth, going to cell repair, going to wherever they need to go. And then there's elimination. So the elimination is happening in our large intestine. And that's where whatever is left after the body's done all those other things goes out as waste. So the end goal with our body when we eat is that we also have great digestion, we have great absorption, we have great assimilation and great elimination. And then our body flourishes. If not, it can lead to a range of health challenges. So let's start with actually eating. Like I said, people are so busy, they're inhaling the food and not chewing it, yet we have to chew it. That whole mastication, that chewing process is part of setting up our gut to have the right amount of enzymes and everything happening. So if you are inhaling your food, being a busy person, wait and eat, even if it's you take 5 minutes away from your desk or something to actually sit and eat and chew your food properly will just make a mind-blowing difference. It will. Start there. So I'm constantly talking about how when we stress out, it literally puts a fire out in our belly. High cortisol just absolutely, it throws our gut, it dampens, it puts a fire out, the vagus nerve gets pinched, and we're not able to actually digest our foods properly. Okay, so diet is one thing, and even bringing foods in like green kiwi fruit. Green kiwi fruit is a wonderful source of digestive enzymes. So digestive enzymes are found in foods like kiwi fruit, pineapple, pawpaw. The thing is, as soon as you cut the fruit, they start to deteriorate. And so green kiwi fruit is really important. It's rich in those enzymes that we need. But also go the step behind, which is managing your stress. So I manage stress with adaptogen herbs. Adaptogens are a class of herbs that help our body adapt to stress. When we adapt and don't go flying off in either direction, our gut doesn't go so far off balance because our cortisol doesn't spike so high. The second one is poor absorption. So malabsorption, which is what it's really called more than poor absorption, it refers to a whole range of imbalances where the body's not able to take up the nutrients properly, okay? So like I said, this is meant to happen in the small intestine. However, through lack of enzymes, slow movement through the body, that can make a big difference. If people have had weight loss surgery, any kind of digestive surgery, that can be throwing that off. Even more important for those kind of people to take tribiotic things and use digestive enzymes because all that process is thrown kind of off key timing wise. So what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to help the body, give it all the support it can to actually absorb properly. So the first step, always go the step behind, manage the stress, make sure that you've got enough digestive enzymes, and that's going to help when the food makes the small intestine, which is that next step, so the body's able to start taking up the nutrients. That's the absorption. Then we've got assimilation. So assimilation is where our body is able to take it everywhere it needs to go. And it still comes back to that gut acid enzyme imbalance. So we're still going back to things like kiwi fruit, the microbiome, or like we talk about leaky gut. You've probably heard about leaky gut. Leaky gut is when we don't have good integrity of microbiome, the good balance of good bacteria in our large intestine. And so literally, not even nutrients, toxins, everything can leak through the walls.
And that gives us what's called dysbiosis. We're wanting to really get all that in balance, but still sits behind it is chronic stress. It just is. And what a lot of people don't realize is that so much, especially for women, 70% of our estrogen is produced in the large intestine. And so it's like with that, the whole microbiome thing. And so if all this is out of balance, that can also be influencing, because you've got inconsistent flow of hormones or production of hormones, that can be throwing the way your body's absorbing and utilizing nutrients. So we always want to go that step behind, okay? And then that leads to elimination. So if everything's passing through too fast and you're not taking up all the nutrients, you haven't got enough the right fibers in your diet, all those kind of things, that can lead to poor elimination. So whether it's constipation or whether it's just sluggish in general, or whether you're having punamis, whether you're getting bloated, a fullness and soreness in your tummy, just all the body kind of feeling sluggish in general, all that kind of thing is what can be out of balance. So
have you ever wondered how your life could have been different if you'd had access to this type of content at a younger age? Look, this is why I need your help. I'm working to build the #1 platform that gives real and easy to integrate healthy life hacks and mindset to help you get well and stay well. This show only grows by word of mouth and new subscribers. It would mean the world to me if you could click the subscribe button right now, leave a 5-star written review, or drop a comment below. Share this episode with a friend and I would be forever grateful. Now, let's get back to this week's episode.
We know if I start at the real kind of the BAM, the bare ass minimum, we've got to manage stress, because that's the fastest thing to throw our gut chemistry. 2, we want to make sure that we're having the right amount of digestive enzymes. So the easiest way to do it, guys, for real, is just eat a kiwi fruit at least every second day, preferably every day. That will help that. Number 3 is make sure you're having enough of your prebiotic kind of fibers. So again, good fiber, fruit and veggies, as well as things like your pungents, your garlic, your onions, your leeks, gingers, all those kind of root vegetables are great, or root pungents are really good, because that's helping with that gut microbiome. And then we're coming to elimination. And there's 2 main reasons that people don't eliminate well. One is it's a lack of hydration. So we need water and good oil hydration. So water, 33 ml per kilo per day, and not icy cold water. That throws it. And then the other one is good fats, omega-3 essential fatty acids. And my favorite is flaxseed oil. I have it every day, every morning in my nutrition shake. It's just a no-brainer and easy to do. If you're going to find a fish oil supplement, it's got to come from true wild caught fish, because the fish that even in Australia are harvested or are grown in fish farms down in Tasmania, our water is too warm at the moment. And so that fat is not good, healthy fat. So if you can get like a good wild krill as a source or something like that, that would be the go. But flaxseed oil is just a no-brainer. Easy. Store it in the fridge, because omega-3s are destroyed with heat and light. Okay? So that's the poo part. Get that. And then the other one is literally when we're scared shitless. I remember, as an Aussie, there's a saying that we say, oh, they're scared shitless. When you're scared, when you're stressed out, you literally clench your bum hole. And until we're relaxed, you're not going to poo properly. It's just a reality. It's just a reality. I remember when I first started clinic, I first graduated decades ago, and I changed the way I did consultations. They teach you when you're studying to be a naturopath how to do a consultation, the kind of questions to ask and everything. And I asked this guy a question. He came in and he had really, really bad psoriasis. And we always link skin conditions like psoriasis, eczema, and that with poor elimination and assimilation. That's a big part of it. So I looked at his irises and I looked at his skin and I said, so, do you poo regular? And he went, yes, I poo regular. I went, okay, great. And I'm looking and looking, and I went, there's no way this bloke poos. There's no way. So I said, how often do you poo? And he said, Thursdays. And I went, right, yeah. So that's a place to start. So I changed the question that I asked to how many times a day do you poo? Because how many times a day should we poo? This is really big. Think about an animal or a child, when or a baby. When you feed them and within an hour they eat. You feed them, they eat, you feed them, they eat. So when we chew and swallow our food, which we're meant to do properly, people, like I said before, they're rushing and they're not doing that part. It goes into our gut. From there, when that happens, it triggers, I'm touching, you can't see it, but I'm touching my bottom right abdomen, down near where your appendix lives. There's the gateway between your small and your large intestine. Okay, so there is what's called the ileocecal valve. It's a little valve that it's like, it kind of stops things back flushing from the large to small intestine. So when we eat, food hits our stomach, that triggers and it opens. And it tells whatever in our small intestine to go into our large, and our large intestine to start heading out. So if we're eating 2 or 3 real meals a day, we should be eliminating 2 or 3 times a day. Yes, we should. So what stops it mostly? Hydration is the big part, and stress. So manage the stress part. It sits behind everything, and stress overruns everything. It doesn't matter how clean a diet you've got, how good a sleep you're having, all those things. Stress will throw your digestive system faster than anything. So get yourself some adaptogen herbs. So if I really think of the BAM of how to get everything out of life properly, it's not what we eat that matters. It's not. Yes, we need to eat close to nature 80% of the time, good whole foods, all that stuff. Yes, not the refined and processed crap. But it's what we can digest, absorb, assimilate, and eliminate that really matters. Okay? Manage the stress. Start eating kiwi fruit. Just make sure it's nice and ripe. Get the pungent food, so you're getting all your good microbiome and your good fibrous kind of fruit and veggies, easy, and make sure you're hydrating your body properly. So 33 ml per kilo per day, and bring in some good fats, good omega-3 essential oil fats. That's the BAM, but it's so important. So many people don't realize that so many health ailments start from our digestive system. Start there, manage the stress, get the gut back into balance, and you can have great health really quite simply. Little tweaks make big changes.
I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review on Apple Podcast. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review, have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you're tuning in from, so that you always catch the next episode. I welcome your emails, and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.